I'm holding the Mizuno Pro 223, and where this club fits in our lineup is an interesting place because if you look back, the middle section of the Mizuno Pro or the MP line has really changed its face for the last number of generations. Before this, we had the MP20 MMC. Before that, we had the MP18 SC. Then going back a couple generations, there was the MP25, MP64, 62, 60, even back to like the MP30, which was a great shallow cavity design. This is not that design because the shallow cavity is completely evolved with the 223. While that shallow cavity design was important, and it still is important within our line, what that golf club is expected to do has truly evolved. You need a lot more launch. You need a lot more speed out of that type of golf club now. If you were to compare this performance-wise to a golf club in our line, the closest might actually be the 921 Forged. That Forged golf club has a lot of ball speed and a one-piece execution. However, because it was in our JPX line, it's a little bit larger. It's a little bit bigger head, a little bit more offset. By bringing that technology into the MP or Mizuno Pro line, you get something you've never seen before. They're going to see control in the scoring irons, exactly what you'd expect. When you get to the mid and the long irons though, that's where you're really going to be surprised because you're going to see higher launch, you're going to see longer distance, and you're going to see steeper angle of descent. When you look at this actual set, there's a 4-iron down to a gap wedge. The 4-iron, 5-iron, 6-iron, and 7-iron are made from our grain flow forged chromoly material. That chromoly allows us to go extremely thin on the face. That thin face means a large rebound area, means more speed, means more launch, means more forgiveness. When you get down to the 8-9 pitch and gap, it gets to our one-piece 1025 grain flow forged. The reason we do that and we have that flow from the 7-iron down to the 8-9 pitch is because as you increase loft, COR benefit begins to diminish, loft begins to take over, and ultimately we want to have precise gapping when you get into the scoring irons. When you look at the scoring irons of these, they are grain flow forged 1025E, the same as our 221. Ultimately, what these will give you is a little bit larger face, a little bit wider sole, and just a bit more forgiveness. This is the type of golf club that instantly people who see the look at a dress, they think they don't need that technology. But once you hit it and experience it, you realize that this speaks to the modern game. When people learn about 223 and what 223 does, I almost get afraid that it's going to turn some people off because we're telling you it goes further, we're telling you it goes higher, and there's all these notions of what comes along with that. People think that means they're going to be big, they're not going to feel great, they're going to have all these cons that are traditionally associated with distance golf clubs. What 223 offers is none of those. 223 gives you that distance, but you don't even realize that you're going to get it because of the look and the feel that they deliver. A number of years ago, we launched the MP25. That was a golf club that really didn't have an equivalent in the market. It replaced a 54, that replaced a 53 and a 52 before that. Those were one-piece grain flow forged golf clubs that had forgiveness and feel, but they didn't have any distance. When 25 came out, it almost turned people off because they think, oh, I'm MP, I don't need distance. We feel like this is going to be a similar level of almost betrayal to those guys because it's replacing something that was an MMC or an SC for those players who think, I don't need that distance. It fits into the Mizuno Pro lineup where a shallow cavity and an MMC were before, but the level of performance that comes out of this, it's really going to become standard and demanded in the future. When you look back 5 years from now, I truly believe this is going to be the golf club that revolutionizes this type of design. It gives players that performance that they didn't even realize they needed, but now they don't want to live without.